I think it was a couple months back that in our message, we were talking about the tree of life, its appearance both in Genesis at the very beginning and in Revelation at the very last book of the Bible, near the very end of the story and at the very beginning of the story, the whole story of salvation. There is the tree of life. Of course, in Genesis, we all remember the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, but often people forget there was a second tree, one that Adam and Eve were allowed to eat from, which was the tree of life. And when they were no longer allowed into Eden, it says that the way to the tree of life was blocked from them, the way. And that Hebrew word for way is derek. We would spell it Derek, not related to the name Derek, the English name, but then at the end of Revelation, there is an understanding that now the way has been opened. We have been given back the way into God's presence with the appearance of the tree of life, symbolizing that. And Jesus himself, though, calling himself the way, the truth, and the life. And it was an important word for Christians in that whether Hebrew or Greek, that was one of the earliest names for following Christ, was that you were followers of the way. It became such an important word for us, and it continues to be. I like what one of our own preachers recently said, and that is that prayer is now a way home, and recognizing that is the whole idea of the salvation, is that we're given the way back home, whether you call it Eden or the tree of life, that the way has been opened to us through Christ and what he did for us, and that the way that we experience that can be through prayer, that we're told that we are in the presence of God. We can speak with him. He's right here. That is our homecoming, our way into the presence of God. What a great word. Derek, the way. I hope that you feel comfortable recognizing that you can pray and that you have access to God, and that Christ as your brother is your way home.